Glock 43X MOS SIG P365X. Let's talk about them. Now, I'm not going to do an unboxing. I'm just going to briefly go over the specs of both firearms. What I will say about these cases is, though, the SIG case look a little bit more compact and it is lockable. You can put 2 locks there. Just in case you're in a pinch, you need to go through one of them states that don't allow you to drive with your firearm. You have to lock it up and put it in a trunk or on an airplane. The Glock is not a lockable case. This is basically a range carry case. Okay, so Glock 43X MOS Gen 5. I'll be calling it the Glock throughout this video, okay? SIG P365X. Empty as well. I'll be calling this the SIG throughout the video. I'm going to be honest with you. I really wanted to talk about the specs. Not the specs, but my personal experience with the gun, since I haven't had them that long. But I know people going to want to know basic specs. So I'll run through basic specs quickly. All right. But I bought both of these guns in 2024. I don't know when you're watching it. I bought the SIG first. I bought it in probably the middle of February. And then I bought the Glock in toward the end of March. I do want to give you a slide-by-slide comparison right quick. So that's what you're working with. Not beaver tail to beaver tail, but slide by slide. The guide rod and barrel sticks out a little bit on the Glock. The guide rod on the SIG is flush, and the barrel sticks out just a little bit on the SIG. That's it. Both guns are very thin. Both guns are very popular. 2 of the most popular ones in the country. The Glock is going to be a little bit bigger. The Glock has a 3.42-inch barrel. The SIG has a 3.1-inch barrel. So you are getting a bigger gun over here. But you get a little bit more velocity out of the barrel. So let's talk about the SIG first, since I had it first. Right out of the box, you're going to get 2 12-round magazines. They still in construction. They work great. Your follower would be black. Mine is red because the only modification I did is I put 2 spring kits in both of these magazines to give me 2 extra rounds. That's it. The gun is cut for an optic. You get front and rear serrations, which is outstanding. You get the SIG X-ray night sights. Chamber indicator right here. Let you know if you got a round in the chamber. You get a proprietary pick reel, meaning SIG accessories only, but third parties make lights and lasers for this right now. Here's your takedown lever for taking the gun down and field stripping it, cleaning it. Here's a slide stop / slide release. I know a lot of people like to say that. Here's your mag release button. It's reversible. The trigger guard is on the small side. You may be able to get a glove in there. You might not, I don't know. But the trigger is a flat SIG, the SIG's flat trigger. It's metal in construction. This is the most comfortable trigger that I have in my collection. I love shooting this gun because one of the reasons I love shooting this gun is because of this trigger. You get a nice beaver tail back here to keep you from getting slide bite, even though I never have. The stippling on this is a little, feel like sandpaper. Now, normally I keep a whole grip on here, but I took it off because of this video. I want to kind of keep it fair. Your hands ain't going to slip off of this either. It's not too aggressive, but it feels good. Feels good. and you get a full grip. Your ordinary SIG P365 cuts off right here, and it offers 10 rounds. This one, you get a full grip, giving you 12 rounds. And the most important thing about this SIG is it's modular. That's why you don't have a serial number on the frame. The serial number is here in the chassis, inside the chassis. What you would do is pop this pin out, take the slide off to pop that pin out, and pull the chassis out. It comes with the trigger. Put it in another lower grip frame, and you got yourself another gun. SIG sells other grip frames also, modular grip frames. Whatever, and something else that SIG has too, right out of the box, is they offer 15 and 17 round magazines for this gun. So you can up the capacity from SIG's website, OEM mags, so you know they're gonna run. Glock, you don't get three magazines like you do in your Glock 26 or 27. You only get two 10-round mags. Plastic. These things going to be extremely reliable. Glock's magazines do be reliable. Okay, that's what you're going to get with the Glock. The Glock do have front and rear serrations. They just as good as the SIG. You get Glock normally sends on my first video where I was complaining about the problems, you could see that I had the field goal ball in a cup plastic sights that Glock sent, but they threw these let me try and get this closer. These are Ameriglow night sights, Ameriglow HD night sights. They put these on for me since I had to send the gun back twice. Well, they didn't do it for free. They offered me, Glock sells Glock night sights also. They sell they Glock night sights, and they also sell these Ameriglow night sights. With the rebates and stuff that they would have gave me, I would have been able to get the Glock night sights for free because they $55. These Ameriglow night sights is $100, and they told me with the rebates and the discount codes, I would have to pay like $24 if I wanted these instead. Of course, I went with the Ameriglows. This is cut for an optic also. Here's your takedown lever for the Glock. Both sides, your pins. You have a single slot pick rail. Here's your slide stop / slide release for the Glock. Here's your trigger guard. You might be able to get a glove in here. This looks a little bit bigger than a SIG. This has the serial number on the frame because this gun is not modular, as you can see. And it doesn't come with back straps like the Glock 26 / the 27s. It do have a nice beaver tail. And the trigger is plastic in construction. It has a trigger blade in it with serrations on it. I don't know what the serration's supposed to do, but the trigger blade is not uncomfortable like others. It shoots pretty good. Plastic mag release button. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. And it's also reversible. So, as of today, I don't know about tomorrow, but Glock does not offer 15 or 17 round magazines for this gun. You would have to go third party to find that stuff, those kind of magazines. They do sell them. There's companies out there that do sell them. I have a couple myself, but I'm talking about just from Glock. They don't sell, you only get two 10-round magazines, and if you want to go to Glock to get some more mags, all you're going to get is two 10-round. I mean, all you're going to get is 10-round magazines. As of today, I don't know about next week. That could change next week. Now, let's talk about carrying them. Carrying the SIG absolutely disappears on me, okay? I wear a lot of dry fitted shirts. in the summertime, and you will never know this gun is on me at all. And as far as shoot, and it's very comfortable. You will forget this gun is on you, okay? And as far as shooting it, for me, people say it's snappy. It's not that snappy to me. To me personally, it shoots almost like a bigger gun, you know. And it takes a, for me, it's a point and shoot gun. Meaning, if you aiming at the target's nose, you're going at 30 feet, you're gonna hit them in the nose. You don't. It don't take a 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock position. You just wherever you pointing at, that's where it's gonna. Now, of course, when if you're not an expert shooter, which I'm not, the more you push the target back, the group's gonna open up, but you're still gonna be in a kill zone. I love shooting this gun, and more importantly, my finger never gets pinched when shooting it. The Glock. The Glock, carrying it, this kind of had the same problem. I have the same problem as my Hellcat if I want to carry a 15 round mag with the Hellcat. The Hellcat's 15 round has this point right here, squared off point, and that makes the gun print on me if I'm wearing a dry fitted shirt. So I can wear a loose black shirt or a dark shirt with this gun. It's no problem in the summertime, but I really bought this for the fall, you know. More than likely, I'm going to be carrying this in the SIG and my Hellcat in the summer. This is for fall. But if, you know, like now, I've been carrying it just to see how I get a feel of it. And I do wear darker shirts when I carry this. When I wear lighter or white shirts, it do print on me. And I carry appendix, you know. And I'm not chunky. It's just that squared off piece here. That's just on me. Other people, it'll disappear on, you know, not saying it's bad. Now, as far as shooting, I do have to choke up on the gun. Choke up real high on the gun because this pinches my finger. So right now, I'm looking for a mag wheel to fix that problem, which is going to be another $60 or $70 of money that I'm going to have to spend for it. But it is what it is, you know. But as far as shooting, it takes an upward angle on a Glock. Glocks have a strange angle to it. It's not a point and shoot for me. I have to figure out where to hold it. But once I did, I was shooting this gun so good. Listen, I thought I was missing. I brought the target back in from 30 feet and put some masking tape in on it. On the target and pushed it out back out to 30 feet and 35 feet, and I was putting holes inside of holes. This is an accurate gun. This has become my second favorite gun to shoot, period. It's just moved up that fast, and that's only having it for a small amount of time. So I done went from buyer's remorse to really loving this gun now. I'm glad I got it now that it's working properly, like it should have been out of the box. Okay, now if I had to choose one, of course for me it's going to be the SIG. I shoot the SIG better. The SIG is small. You can carry it in the winter, you can carry it in the summer. You can get more capacity from the manufacturers for it. So it's just got, you know, all the bells and whistles, and it's 100% reliable. I never had anything, no malfunctions, ball ammo, defensive loads, nothing. So far, I haven't had any malfunctions when shooting this gun either. The Glock, ball ammo, and well, I'm expecting that it is a Glock. Ball ammo and defensive load runs perfectly. But will I recommend this gun, either one of these, to a friend? Now, I have recommended about 7 firearms to family members and friends, a couple to co-workers. And they bought the guns, some of the guns. Most of them was Hellcats and Shields. They love them guns, you know. A couple at work, they was on a budget. I didn't have a Taurus G3C, so I told them to search it up, see if you can go test fire it. They did buy them, and they liked them guns. I would recommend this all day now, all day to anybody. The SIG. The Glock, I have to go off my experience, okay? My experience was 100% with the SIG, with all of the firearms I've owned, except this one. Now, right out of the box, I paid for the NDLC coating, which is that complete black finish. And it does say that's what I bought on my paperwork, but I didn't get that. I called them, I called Glock, and they told me they no longer make the finish. Well, they could have called me or emailed me and told me that. Maybe I would have looked at something different. You know, they didn't. So immediately I was, you know, that's a strike immediately. I was pissed off. I ain't gonna even lie, because I didn't get what I paid for. Then the extraction issues. This is not 2 days later. This is right out of the box. Soon as I got it, you know, racking the slide, the rounds wouldn't come out. I mean, I went to the gun range and shot it. It shot beautifully. But when I'm hand cycling, none of the rounds would come out. I did a video showing you that. That has been solved finally. Hand cycling. So it is getting better. So as you can see, the hand cycling has got a lot better than it did in my first video. Okay. And I feel like the more I shoot the gun, you know, the smoother it's going to get in that regard. Now, for the record, I don't know if I mentioned it. Both of these guns are chambered in 9mm. The Glock has 401 rounds through it right now as of today. The SIG has 700 rounds in it as of today. As far as recommending this gun, I got to go off my own experience. I got to go off what the customer representative told me. And I look at what people say in the comments, you know, and in other videos. And what the people are saying is they love the gun, which I'm with them now that it's running right. I love this gun now, you know. And then it's a lot of people that's saying they still having issues with it as far as extraction issues while firing. So that's got to be taken into consideration too. Most importantly, what the representative told me. He told me when I called him is they are aware of the extraction issues that the Glock 43X and the 43X MOS is having. He said that they sent out hundreds of recoil springs. I think I said in my other video thousands, but he said hundreds, still a lot. And he said for the most part, that solved everybody's problem. But at a worst case scenario, they would have to change out the extractor. That's not the case for me because it's running good, you know. But when he told me that, he also told me from his lips to my ears that a bad batch got out. He said they tried to get the bad batch and test all these particular guns to make sure that they was running right. But a bad batch got out, you know. And to me, that implies quality control issue. And I know that's the truth because when I sent this gun in there back to Glock, they, according to them, they ran 30 rounds downrange and changed out the recoil spring, and then it was perfect for them. It was perfect, and they sent it back to me. They never function checked it. The gun is coming in for an extraction issue. You supposed to send rounds downrange, then do a quick function check, hand cycle to make sure the rounds come out. They didn't do that. And then on top of that, they sent it back to me with a huge gash in here, almost like it was keyed. How the hell do that get past quality control? So they got a quality control issue down there, you know? And when I think of a quality control issue, I think of people on their social sites while they working. That's the only thing I can think of because it ain't nowhere in the world that should have been able to get past somebody unless they preoccupied doing something else on their phone or whatever. But now I got to talk about when it came back, it's running perfect now. It's running perfect for me. But now I got to talk about the carrier, you know. When this gun came back, I had to deal with the carrier. The carrier had this gun for almost 2 weeks, like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. But they kept putting, I did a video about it, but I'm gonna give you the abridged version. They kept putting, I kept getting a text message saying delayed, 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 meaning they missing me. Even when I'm home, they missing me. You know, they're not putting no door tags on the door or anything. I go up there and I'm telling them they giving me the runaround and all this old kind of stuff, to the point where I told them I tracked the gun, the package here. I said Glock tracked it here. And I said, I'm going to go out in your parking lot and wait. If y'all don't deliver my package to me within an hour, I'm calling the FBI and I'm calling the ATF and let them know somebody in here has stolen the firearm, or y'all lost it and don't want to tell me about it, you know. And I went out there and waited. And 20 minutes, or like 15, 20 minutes later, they come waving me back in to give me the package, you know. Now, you're probably saying, bruh, the carrier ain't got nothing to do with the Glock. I disagree with you on that. Because if this gun ran right the first time, again, it's a Glock. If it ran right the first time, I would have never had to send it in. They would have never had to send it back to me twice. And I would have never been dealing with the carrier. Remember, Glock, they don't give you a lifetime warranty. They give you like a 3-year warranty because they expect their firearms to run forever. They the only manufacturer with the word perfection directly behind their name, literally. So if this gun ran like it runs right now, of course I would recommend it to anybody, you know, especially family members and co-workers. But from the experience I had, remember, he said a bad batch got out. Now, if I told somebody, you know, go on and grab one, they could be getting either a Glock that runs great or a Glock that's not so great, because it's a 50-50 chance. And then they have to do all the leg work and all this other kind of stuff that I had to deal with. So no, I would not recommend this gun. I wouldn't, if I knew about the extraction issues that we was having, I would have never bought it, you know, because I didn't even buy the P365 when it first came out in 2018 because of all the problems. I wanted one, but I didn't want to deal with issues. I waited till they ironed out all the bugs, which I'm glad I waited, you know, because this is 100% reliable, you know, but I waited on that and now it runs great. This one, if I'd have knew that it was having extraction problems, I would have never bought it, you know, but now it's running great now that I had to deal with that. Everybody's not going to have my experience, you know, but it is what it is. You might disagree with me. You might not. This is my experience. I love the gun now. I bought this gun to retire my shield because, and if you ask me, before you ask me, if you like the SIG so much, why did you buy the Glock? It's because sometimes I want to carry a bigger gun, you know, sometimes, especially in the winter, with a little bit longer barrel, you know, giving you a little bit more velocity. Plus, and every time I did, I would go from my Hellcat or the SIG and pick up the shield, because the shield is a bigger gun too, you know, but the shield is low in capacity. This one, I can carry 15 plus 1 in a pipe in the wintertime with a longer slide and a longer and a longer barrel. But that's me. That's, you know, that's my take on it. That's all I got for you. Peace.